Yes, thank you. And thanks for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for organizing the evaluation as such. It's a really important tool for going further. And thanks for the FCG international team for doing such a brilliant job. I think this is really well done. In CIMO we are really happy and pleased to have received this report. And in general, we can support the findings and recommendations of this. But for this event, I was informed that I will have 5 minutes time for this. So I was thinking that, like it is nowadays habit, I will have 3 points. First one on accommodation. CIMO has been the main administrator for both programs, North South South and Hei-Iki programs. North South South a bit more than 10 years now. So we are basing our ideas on some experiences already now. For the Hei-Iki for a little bit less time. But the first idea is to merge these two programs, and we are really supporting these ideas. Why? I think this would be beneficial both for higher education institutions and for administration of the program. And what I mean by this is that if we are wise enough to keep the guidelines open enough, there would be possibilities for movements inside the program. And just to answer Timo's idea of whether we should have more or bigger changes for the program and prolong the process of renewing the program, I think there is a way in the middle as well. We are, at least in CIMO, used to have ideas that the basic idea of the program is there, and then we can add and construct on the good basis of the program later on. So I think that there is a demand and need to have the program from the beginning of the year at least in some shape, and then we can add to those bases. I think that the merging of the programs is really opening up the possibilities to look at the synergies better. What you are stating in the evaluation is that there is lack of coordination even within the same higher education institution here in Finland, and by having a merged program, I think, and I feel strongly that we would have the possibility to utilize better the possibilities to have coordination and better idea what's taking place. And final remark on the administration is that maybe this merging of the two programs would make room for the clarification between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, CIMO, and the higher education institutions on the procedures, how the program is administrated. Until now, we have had 2 different ways of administrating these programs, and I think it is unnecessary with two programs to have 2 different administrative procedures. My second point is the content and the scope of the program. We all know the restrictions in the budget of the programs and in the state budget today. And of course this is causing challenges for the impact of the program as a whole. I think there is a definite need for critical mass in order to have the greater impact on the developing strategies of the partner institutions in the South. But at the same time, we are hoping that there is not too many restrictions on the countries included in the program, for example. Nor there would be too many restrictions of the types of the institutions we are cooperating in the developing countries. Because we feel that the best results can be achieved with a good balance between the internationalization of Finnish institutions and the Finnish development cooperation priorities. I don't think this is nobody from the higher education institution is stating that the idea of these programs is solely the internationalization of Finnish higher education institutions. But it gives, with this balance, we will be better in achieving the both ideas. On the scope as well, I think from CIMO point of view, it would be important to include mobility projects into the new program. Mobility of students and teachers can make the threshold lower for the participants. It might be easier for institutions to join the programs when the scope of the programs is a little bit smaller and easier. And it will also make the programs or the development cooperation much more accessible for individuals. Because I think it's important that we acknowledge the role of the individuals in these programs. You were describing the life-changing experiences of some of the participants. And I think here, like everywhere else, we cannot change the world at once, but what we can do is change it individual per individual. My third point is related to things that are not included in this evaluation, but they are coming outside of the TOR, but they are related to these ideas. And we hope that there is a time to reflect other ideas that are not precisely written in the terms of reference for this evaluation, and we can clearly see why they are not taken on board here. And maybe just with one example I can point out what I mean. The role of the vocational education or vocational training in these programs could be something that we should have a look when we are preparing for the next program. We can understand that it should and it cannot be made with the same resources as of today, but maybe in these programs or for the future in the program there are parts that could be open for vocational training institutions as well, whether it's a vocational training institution in the developing countries or whether it's a vocational training institution in Finland. Okay, these 3 points wanted to take up, and thanks for your attention.